Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Herbert Matematico, Asian International Referee. Second referee, Mr. Paulie Sanchez, National Referee. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our defending champions, our Cignal HD Spikers. Let's begin with jersey number 6, Mark Frederick Caliado. At number 8, their team captain, John Paul Bugawan. Number 10, Wendell Concepcion Miguel. Number 11, Joshua Umandal. At number 18, Gabriel E.J. Casanya. And at number 20, Lloyd Josaphat. Starting libero is number 7, Vince Lorenzo. Head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamor. Calling on our Savouge Aesthetics Spin Doctors. Team captain wears jersey number 2, June Lorenz Senioron. At number 3, Charlie Magpayo. Wearing jersey number 10, Lonwell Sanama. At number 14, Jason Emiel Angeles. Number 21, Al Nasim Amil Bahar. And at number 23, Ray Taneo. Starting libero is number 5, Rico Marius Marmeto. Head coach, Mr. Sinfronio Sammy Akailar. This is match number 8, preliminary round, season 7. The open conference of the Spikers turf, where power meets passion.
Phil Sports Arena, you're looking at the starting 6 for the Cignal HD. This is the same 6 that started in the game prior, so respect to these guys, Savouge. And we have Angeles is starting for today. He did not start in the game that they played against VNS, so that's something also that is something to watch out for. And good news for all volleyball fans, the PVL, UAAP, and Spikers Turf can now be enjoyed on One Sports on high definition. Catch the games on One Sports HD channel 17 only on Cignal. One Sports HD is available to all active Cignal prepaid and postpaid subscribers. Set number 1, on your way. Right away, we talked about Jao Mandal, how he always connects, and he really has found his place into the Cignal team. No?
Right off the bat, EJ Casanya goes to his best outside hitter there in the form of Jao Mandal. And kilala natin itong si EJ Casanya. He always wants to control the tempo of the game. But they can expect the new challengers to really give them a good fight in the form of the Savouge Spin Doctors.
And like you mentioned at the top of the coverage, Neil, this is not the first time these two teams are meeting. So alam na nila, they have played each other before. And I'm sure these teams also spend a lot of time watching tape, seeing how the teams have progressed perhaps from the previous tournaments. Because like we said, also Spikers team is a different turf altogether.
That is the second point of Jao Mandal, 2 for 2, 100% in the first set.
Oh, good serve there. And Casanya again. This time going to the right pin there. But good defense we're seeing from Savouge. Back row attack. Bounces back. Good job there by the libero, but this time Marmeto was nowhere near that ball and it was just too fast, too steep.
Mark Calado with the hammer. He's so light on his feet. And look at that approach once again. Parang may spring dun sa paa ni Mark Calado, just hitting it hard.
And that's the danger, no? Si Calado nasa harap, pero si Jao, kahit nga from the back row, he delivers his attacks as if he were in the front, even from the pipe. And finally, we're seeing something good coming out of Savouge. Bahar will score the first point, the second point.
There will be a net violation called on Wendell Miguel. He agrees. No challenge on the side of the HD Spikers.
So that actually sailed out pala, no, yung palo niya. But they did get the point because of the net violation.
That's a net infraction this time on the side of the Spin Doctors. Cignal will get that point right back.
Both teams winning their previous games in straight sets fashion. Sanama going up, and the two-man block is there, but they will score. Sanama, we talked about him at the top of the coverage, so this looks like a promising tournament for him.
In the Spikers turf, if you want to compete against the stronger teams, kailangan everybody is at that same level. Everybody should be at the forefront of the scoring. Hindi pwedeng naka-highlight lang sa isang tao. And even in the off-season, we saw some of the teams challenge Cignal. Some even won against Cignal.
Yeah.
And yun yung mga teams na talagang nagiging balance yung production.
And that one is outside. Also, we're seeing a lot of very aggressive serving here. And that's really something you need to do against Cignal, who has very efficient blocking as a team. So, kailangan talaga bibigyan mo ng variety. Hindi pwedeng predictable. And that is the challenge for Savouge. And so far, they're keeping in step with Cignal, except we're seeing a bunch of service errors for both sides.
They're just trading points off that service line.
Game before this one, we saw Navy win in 3 sets over the Mavericks. Signoron going up, and the roof. Bugawan there, doing what he does best.
For the outside hitters of Savouge Aesthetics, they always need to look at the front line of the HD Spikers so that they could identify the point of the court kung saan sila pinaka makakascore. Again, JP Bugawan is really a force at the net pagdating sa defense pattern ng Cignal. And plays like that will go a long way. Taneo giving a quick play to Angeles.
And you know, all of these things, I'm sure inaral nila yan. They have planned for this, they have trained for this, tried all sorts of tricks in practice, but come game time, you really have to be able to implement what you practice and keep up with the pace that it seems Cignal is setting in this first frame. They are up by 3 in this first technical timeout.
You're still watching the Spikers Surf Open Conference. This is the match between the Cignal HD Spikers versus the Savouge Spin Doctors. Now, of course, both of these teams are still looking to get another win in this Open Conference. But here, for the Cignal HD Spikers, head coach Dex Kilmore talked about the fire that has been reignited for his team because of the new players. Coach Dex admitted that getting new players was never his priority. It was never in the cards for him before, but now he sees the advantage of it. Everyone is hungry to continue the Cignal legacy. The level of respect to the game is still at a high, which was actually one factor that was lacking for them in the past conferences. Back to you, Chiquinho.
Thanks so much, Ayana Perlas. And back to the game here, we have a pretty close one in this first set. I mean, hindi pa rin nakakatikim ng lamang ang Savouge, pero hindi rin naman sila masyado nagpapaiwan. Although Calado and Jao Mandal And also JP Bugawan giving them a tough time getting a lead here.
EJ Casanya will have so many options pagdating sa out-of-system plays. They have a lot of hard-hitting back row hitters.
Look at that defense though. Both sides, the liberos, there's respect for both sides. Nahirapan lang dito on the side of Savouge, but their libero, si Marmeto, has really been working hard.
Great dig there from the veteran, Sandy Montero.
Good defense we're seeing from Savouge. Back set. Oh, good touch. Just the right amount of push there. Team captain, Senyoron, weaving his magic.
Just playing it smart, a soft touch behind the block of Jao Mandal. And he was against a single blocker. Either way, mapalakas man yun or soft touch, malaki yung chance na makakonvert on that hit.
And sa overpass, hindi pinakawalan niya ni Sanama, taking full advantage of that gift. Still a 2-point deficit. Let's see if they get a chance to close in on Cignal.
Norwell Sanama introduced himself pretty well in that game against VNS Nasty. Again, 15 points. Very impressive. Great rebound there from Magpayo.
Ball kept alive by Wendell Miguel there. Casanya setting up Miguel from back row. Good pickup here by Senora. Senora there also showing his prowess in the back row. But Cignal just keeps pounding on Savouge.
That is one of the requirements when you're an outside hitter in the starting unit. Kailangan all around, not just on offense but also on defense. And Senyoron has been showing us that he can defend the ball well in the backcourt, and he can also give a good first ball to their setter.
And there's a good first ball again. And also credit the setter for VNS. Si Ray Taneo has really been steady and has allowed some good plays to happen here. Taking full control of the driver's seat here. Oh! That came from back row. Just, pero ba tayo, di ba usually we take note of the speed? Ang bilis nun.
In the international scene, we always see yung speed meter. Hopefully soon here in the Spikers turf, meron din tayo nun. I'm sure that was a very fast hit.
Yeah, we were watching the slow-mo and it looked like real time. Soft hands and Sanama going down the line. Is that called outside?
There will be a substitution on the side of Coach Samia Kailar. Caritativo will replace Sanama in that outside hitter position. Cignal will now hold on to a 4-point lead in the first.
Caritativo also brought in midway into the first set against VNS. He was able to score 3 points in that last game. And that's Bahar there. And we have a timeout.
Hindi pwede niya sa akin, how many points na yun, no? Di ba? Di ba sabi ko, kontrolin yung emotion nyo sa game. Hindi pwedeng ganyan, okay? Huwag tayo magtapon ng magtapon. Ang error, natural yan. Pero huwag naman natin sundan yung error. Okay naman yung pasa natin, okay yung depensa natin, di ba? Yes, sige, habulin natin ngayon yan. Yes, coach. Okay? Sige, go.
Let's go tayo! Let's go! Hey, one team! Coach!
Even the best teams commit their own unforced errors, but it's about limiting your errors to a minimum. Right now, Savouge already has 6 unforced errors compared to the 2 of the HD Spikers.
But we hear Coach Tammy acknowledging the good defense. They just have to convert and transition well. Meantime, awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Cignal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.cignal.tv/switch for more details.
That is another unforced error of the attack of the Spin Doctors. Cignal is pulling away here in the first frame. You can see Coach Dexter still very active at the sidelines, coaching the boys on the floor. And this is just respect, really. Respect from Cignal sa lahat ng mga nakakalaban nila.
Totoo yan. They don't take it easy on any of their opponents. And that was not easy down the line for sure. Caritativo scoring big there.
Double sub for Coach Sammy. Imperial will be the setter and Pedrosa will also be in the front line as an opposite hitter.
Oh, finally we were waiting for that. Ito yung mga hang time ni JP Bugawan. He displays that, just his and his impeccable timing for those kills from the front. 16-10 is the score. That's a 6-point advantage for Cignal at the second technical time.
Ang goat ko sa volleyball, local is si Brian Bagunas and Mark Espeo, of course. Kasi sila yung isa sa mga pinapadala overseas to compete in other leagues abroad to represent Philippines.
16-11, so Cignal has maintained their lead in this first set. Savouge got about 2 points. That's the closest that they got. He's got within 2 points of Cignal, but have not tasted a lead yet.
This will be the first challenge of the match, a block touch challenge. But there will be a green card awarded to the Spin Doctors.
Maaga sila nangongolekta ng green cards. And this is an opportunity for the players to own up to their mistakes and display their sportsmanship, which will be rewarded at the end of the tournament. We usually acknowledge the team that has the most green cards awarded to them, displaying good sportsmanship. And I think that's one of the most interesting features of our games. And Senyoron's getting a lot of touches and he's liking the down-the-line hits. Pero hit or miss din.
Challenge is called by the Spin Doctors. Ball in, ball out challenge for Coach Sammy Akailar.
That win that they got against VNS is a pretty big win, considering VNS is one of the more established teams here in the Spikers turf, and they got them in 3. It was painful for VNS, like we mentioned at the top of the coverage, because they were neck and neck, nag-extend pa nga yung first set. But after Savouge took them and stole the first set from them, they never looked back, and the Spin Doctors are coming into this very challenging match with momentum.
That's unsuccessful for the Spin Doctors. Point will be awarded to the Cignal HD Spikers.
So si Cignal talaga will not waste any opportunity to get the points as if they weren't already in the lead, but if they saw that there really was something to challenge. And service errors, luckily for Savouge, Cignal is also lapsing into these errors at the serve.
And for Cignal, they do want to compete in the finals again. They've had a couple of heartbreaks in the past few off-season tournaments that they joined. Kaya yung pag-build ng momentum, sobrang importante so that they could peak at the right time. And as for the Savouge Spin Doctors, again, sabi ko kanina, they're becoming one of the established teams also. They continue to add on to their roster. 10 attack points already for Cignal, only 8 for the Savouge Spin Doctors. That attack did not cross.
And this is a huge lead already by Cignal, and they seem to be interested in just ending this first set already. Kanilang cushion here, the 8-point lead. Signaron getting past the two-man block, so they can still, there is still time to play catch-up, but that means they need to score in succession. And we got Emil Bahar back on the court, also Taneo, the first-string setter.
When we talk about efficiency, the immediate players that would come into our minds would be JP Bugawan and Jao Mandal. Jao Mandal is 4 for 5 in terms of attacks, and Bugawan is at 100%, 4 for 4.
Wow. So binabantayan natin yung 66% efficiency ni Jao Mandal in the previous game. So far, I mean, he is error-free. Except in at the serve, no? We've seen a couple of service errors already, and some new guys coming in or stepping out. We got Casanya getting ready to serve. Because of that, yes, he is on the floor here. The defense by the HD Spikers. A chance here for Savouge. Magpayo. Picked up by Calado there. And Jao goes, takes it slow. And that one hit the floor. Barmeto was there, but didn't read that off-speed hit well enough. And the Cignal just pulling away here. Timeout, Savouge.
Mo yung bulang din, hindi natin makakuha. Kasi naninigas eh. Relax lang, ikaw naman, kayo mga quicker. Pinaractice natin yung B ng mga quicker. Ano ba naman tumama sa kamay natin? Pag tumama yan, mahina na. Kasi indirect na pinaluan kayo, hindi kina-insulto. Ha? Tapatan nyo, bantayan nyo. Di ba hindi kayo makaabot sa open? Basta yung gitna nila yung dalawa, bantayan nyo. Hindi naman ba, itaas natin ang score natin.
Guys, go! Guys, kuha ng bola ha. One team. Sabon.
Get 7-day premium access to NBA, PBA, UAAP, PBL, and other leagues and exclusive shows when you download Pilipinas Live app. Register now for free. Ako ba, Neil? Nakaka-insulto ba yun? Pinapaluan ka ng diretso.
Well, Coach Sammy was pointing out that they're already having a difficult time in controlling the hard hits or hard spikes of the HD Spikers. So when they get a chance to defend softer touches, ideally, mas madali dapat yon so that they can set up their own attack as well. Another challenge will be made.
So Cignal just challenging calls here, and they had one successful challenge already. Using the challenges that are at their disposal. And Coach Lex should be happy with the performance of the boys so far. And you know, it's tough because you ask what else Savouge needs to do, but like Coach Sammy reminded them, the Cignal is going to come hard at you. So you just have to be ready. And that's it. Look at that. Talagang, that's a good challenge. Ang nipis nun.
Coach Dexter using more substitutions here in the tail end of set number 1.
Giles Torres now on the court. First time. Now from the right pin. Ball still alive. Cignal will go. Two-man block slows the ball down. Oh! And Mandal, he likes those cut shots. It felt good.
That's what you get when you are in system. Setting the right tempo. Middle blocker with an impressive approach there.
And counter here, Bahar. Stop there. That's a little too tough. Into the antenna. Another chance here for Savouge. But too many set points for them to have to stop. It's going to take a miracle for Savouge. They want to at least add on to their score. Not end it at 25-14. That one's got called outside. Another point for Savouge. And they are exploiting the errors coming from the side of Cignal.
Too sharp on the cross for Mark Calado. At this point, Taneo just needs to get their own momentum, gain some more points, but they will end the set with a service error.
Score is 25-15 at the end of this first set. It was close in the beginning, but Savouge never saw a lead against Cignal. And we move on to set number 2. Cignal looking good in this third match they're playing in our open conference. We'll be back after a while to talk a little bit more about that first set. 25-15. That is how the first set went between the Cignal HD and the Savouge Spin Doctors. Looking at the highlights here.
Itong Cignal, aside from them being individually talented, it's really the system that is clicking for the HD Spikers. Sobrang basic pa lang nung ginagawa nila. Not a lot of combination plays from EJ Casanya. But again, the tempo, the speed, they are in total control. That's why Savouge really had a difficult time in guarding the attackers of the HD Spikers. And even if they had a double block set up, they couldn't control the likes of Jao Mandal and JP Bugawan. That's why Cignal scored a total of 13 points from their attacks, 1 from their block and 1 from their serves. And the 10-point disparity in the set score was also mainly because of the unforced errors committed by the Spin Doctors. Coach Sammy already pointed that out. It's okay to commit these errors, but at a certain point in time, hindi pwedeng consecutive yung errors kasi Cignal will just bounce on that opportunity that you give them.
Right. And there were a couple of errors on the side of Cignal also, mostly at the serve. But really, it is a challenge for Savouge to play a cleaner second set here and really to earn their points. I mean, that is a tougher than, it's easier said than done, I think, because playing against Cignal and you talk about the system that is definitely in place. they have already gotten used to the absence of many of their players who moved on to another team that they will be meeting very soon. We're talking about crisscross, no? And they seem to be able to thrive without some of the key players playing with them. And of course, the entry of Jao Mandal just fortified the Cignal HD.
The new players on the floor for the Spin Doctors. It's Renzel Antonio. He scored 2 points against the VNS Nasty Griffins. And Caritativo will be starting as their outside hitter as well. As for the HD Spikers, it's the same starting unit for Coach Dexter.
So Coach Sammy doing a little experimentation here, trying to get some of his players more playing time, trying to change things up. Also because, I guess, scouted na rin kasi itong sina Sanama, sina Senyoron. And Cignal already knows how to dispose of those players. So si Coach Sammy looking to surprise Cignal if they can. Solo block against Antonio, there works. Antonio will go again, that soft touch, and a rare miscue there. We saw the libero of Cignal, si Vince Lorenzo, was actually there already.
Mukhang nailang si Lorenzo kay EJ Casanya. He was right in front of the libero.
Well, he made up for that perfect reception there, leading to that hit. Did that go outside?
That is inside.
Inside.
Jao Mandal just using his elevation to save that set from EJ Casanya.
Again, Jao just hitting good percentages here. 7 points, all on attacks so far. And, you know, the blocks are there, but they have been going out. So really challenging the blocks and trying to hit off the hands is one of the things that Savouge can do.
Second point for Renzel Antonio, matching his performance against the VNS. He never started in that game, pero ginagamit siya as a substitute for all of the sets that they've played.
And another easy point here for Cignal Caramanda Miguel. Time on that. Easy peasy, smart play by Miguel. Josaphat stays on the court. He was brought in late in the first set. It was a net touch called against Miguel. And that's a good break for Savouge, although they worked hard to keep that ball in play. All of the players just scrambling all over the floor. May challenge ulit.
There is a chance na bola yung tumama sa net, that's why it moved. But there's also a chance that hindi na napansin ni Wendell Miguel because he's wearing arm sleeves, and usually when you're wearing yung mga arm sleeves na ganyan, mas hindi mo nararamdaman yung tape ng net.
So the arm sleeves, explain to those who are not really sure of how these things help the athletes. Is it something to keep their arms warm or to protect?
That is correct. It's to keep them warm.
Kasi
It's
hindi
a matter of
malamig
preference.
dito.
Yeah.
So it's really not
Oh yes,
because of that.
there was a net touch.
Oh. So that's a first unsuccessful challenge by Coach Dex. He had 2 good ones in the first set. And Savouge now with an early lead here in the second set. Marami mga overpass tayo nakikita on the side of Cignal actually. So some errors by the HD Spikers.
This is now a 3-point lead for the Spin Doctors, and Coach Dexter will call for a timeout to talk things over with the boys.
Hirapan yung setter natin kumabot. Hindi pwedeng ganyan. Disiplina din
sa pasa. May pasa naman tayo ng first set eh. Kung ano na yung ginawa ng first set, gano'n lang rin yung gagawin natin. O, habulin nyo, tatlo lang naman.
Let's go! Let's go, Cignal! Cignal!
Good news mga kapatid, napapanood na rin tayo sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19 at 18.3 sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Cignal Play. Back to the game, Savouge is enjoying a 3-point lead early in the second set. Kapag-adjust na ng konti, but also some errors on the side of Cignal, particularly in their passing.
They've had 3 unforced errors in the past few sequences, habang wala pang error yung Savouge Spin Doctors.
So cleaner game, like we said, they needed to actually change from the first set. Good first ball there. And we have the lines judge talking about a check ball there. So Savouge will continue to score. Good defense. And how about that? It was his pass and also his attack. So Signoron, the team captain, is just leading in every aspect of this second set. Great pancake, and then he goes up for the hit. Good placing there.
Defense a bit slow to react on the side of the HD Spikers. Yan yung mga bolang walang kahirap-hirap nilang dinidepensahan, but in the past few sequences, they've been too relaxed, I would say, on the defensive end of things. As Lawrence Signoron continues to be the best scorer for the Spin Doctors.
Oh, and that is an ace. So this is a good change for Savouge. While they were lapsing into errors at the service line in the first set, now they are scoring from that area, and they get to 8 points first in this first technical timeout. Back for more after the break.
Up. There's.
Arena Plus, astig sa sports. And let's check in with Ayana Perlas, who's got a report for us.
Thanks so much, Chicky and Neil. Now, an interesting approach for the Savouge Spin Doctors today is to think this game is just a tune-up game. Head coach Sammy Acalar admitted that these young guys will always be starstruck going against national players, but not taking it as heavily as they should, and remembering that they are only human will give them justice in today's game. Kailangan walang pressure, kailangan maging open-minded towards each other. And if they do this, in the words of Coach Sammy, pag pumikit yung signal, malay natin yung lead na sa atin na. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ayana. Mukhang pumikit nga kasi nasa kanila na yung lead.
It's already happening. This is a 4-point lead from the Spin Doctors. And ngayon, ine-expose nila yung receiving pattern ng Cignal HD. There are points in time na nagkakaroon ng lapses dun sa area na yon. So, Savouge needs to continue serving hard.
Yeah. And they're definitely playing smart. They are looking for the vulnerabilities of Cignal, which are few and far between, and really discovering that they are human after all. Sabi nga ni Ayana, ni Coach Sammy, treat it like a tune-up game. That might be working for them because it's keeping them relaxed and enjoying this game, as you can see.
Signoron getting a kill block this time against Mads Kampong. So yun yung all-around skill set na sinasabi natin. Aside from the receiving and digging, and of course, attacking, he can also get defensive stops against the strong hitters of the HD Spikers. Now, the errors are continuing to give the Spin Doctors a good lead here in set number 2. That's a 5-point lead.
And this time, it's not only the errors. We got to credit also the Savouge Spin Doctors, who are creating their own points in the second set. This time, the charm for Jao Mandal. Just a little bit of adjustment there on the angle of his cross. Yung angulo lang kuminsan, pero yung trajectory hindi nagbabago. And that is trademark Jao. Signature cross. Cignal hasn't served in a while. That was a good string of points we saw from Savouge, and managed to keep this ball in play. Chance now for Cignal to counter. Dal. It's 2 in a row for Jao.
We know that there is no safe lead here in the Spikers turf. So the Spin Doctors need to be careful in protecting their lead.
Service error there by JP Bugawan gives Savouge another point, and the serve back. And a little bit of change here. We have Silang calling the shots here for Cignal in the second set. And without block this time. He'll go again.
Can block him once, but the second time he winds up for that hit. Expect a stronger attack from Jao Mandal. Sian Silang with a perfect setup for Jao.
Oh! And really, Savouge we're seeing here getting the side out right away. I mean, they are really more in sync as a team in this second set. And they're able to string points together, getting runs as opposed to first set. Good reflexes there. And Umandal is blocked again. Back row attack. Good defense by Savouge. And that one is pushed outside, untouched by the blockers of Cignal.
Good decision on the side of CNC lang to let go of that block. Yung pagdating sa veteran gaming, alam na ng mga blockers ng Cignal kung kailan sila bibitaw. Especially pag yung form ng attacker from the other side, halata nang magpapa-check out.
And we've got Silang back on the bench here, and Casano is calling the shots again for Cignal. It is a free point for Savouge.
That is the fourth error.
And that's one thing that we know about Jao Mandal. He has those killer jump serves, but they really are hit or miss. Miguel is dug by Savouge. Spin Doctors are playing good floor defense. Back row attack this time. Mandal coming out of nowhere.
Piping hot. Off that back row hit, he can do everything from the front to the back. Jao Mandal will score once again for the HD Spikers.
And talk about the system just working like clockwork here for Cignal. Itataas lang ni Casanya yung bola and somebody's gonna get it. And bahala na yung kalaban manghula kung sino papalo. And now the blocking also. Wendell Miguel all alone there. And Cignal only within 2 points of Savouge. They took that first set 25-15 for those of you just joining us now.
This was a 5-point lead a while ago. It's now down to a 2-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Coach Sammy just trying his best to keep the boys calm on the other side. Miscue there.
Again for Mandal. And he's making up for whatever mistakes he makes on the service lines. Jao Mandal. Again from back row there.
Cignal is a type of team that will continue to pound every ball.
Oo nga.
So for Savouge, kailangan pahirapan din nila yung depensa ng HD Spikers because if they're going to give soft and high touches like that, it's going to be easy for EJ Casanya to choose his best option. Now Caritativo will score that stop for Savouge.
That was a good one, just challenging the three-man block, that wall that Cignal put out there. And Caritativo manages to hit off their hands. Still a 2-point lead for the Spin Doctors. It was much wider earlier. Ball still in play. Outside set. Soft one. Ball back to Savouge. Back row attack, handled there by Lorenzo. This is so quick, the transition for Cignal, and you know, they right away they're on offense, and the system kicks in, and Cignal will just score. Sabi mo nga, there's no safe lead here in Spikers Surf, especially if you're going up against the HD Spikers.
Setters really appreciate it pag napapabagal ng liberos yung mga bola because they have additional time na makapag-isip or to decide kung saan sila pupunta. That is not the best of options. If you want to run a combination play, you have to avoid the block of JP Bugawan. They went to the middle. JP Bugawan was just standing there and the arms were stretched above the net.
We have a timeout.
Pabi mo na lang siya. Dito. Sundali sa naman dito. Ulitin ko nandito yung maliit. Okay, now. Ilan spiker natin? Tatlo. Hayaan mo dito yung isa mag-porsyento. Okay, ready ka rin sa back row. Ready yan? 14 all. Kaya nating parang kada dyan. Pasahan lang muna natin, ha? Sige. Kapitan natin, ha?
Just like that, we're tied at 14. Cignal just gaining on Savouge. And they're not taking it easy at all. Cignal just playing their game. And as you pointed out, just pouncing on them every chance they can get. And now a chance for Cignal to retake the lead. Nope, not quite yet. A lucky break here for the Spin Doctors.
Unforced error number 6 for the HD Spikers. This has been an error-prone set for the black shirts. And ito namang Savouge Spin Doctors, they're continuously trying to find the right mix of players. A lot of substitutions happening on the side of Coach Sammy Akailar.
I mean, I guess you have to do what you have to do. You have to see which 6 will click, but you don't find that out right away. They have to be given time to establish the rhythm. And that's something that we haven't seen, or that Savouge has seemed to have lost. May challenge naman tayo dito.
This is the last challenge opportunity for Coach Dexter. So if this is unsuccessful, wala na silang challenge until the end of set number 2.
Coach Sammy has been conservative, hasn't been using any of his challenges. But this is a heck of an effort that Cignal put out here in this second set. Oh, that's the right side. Wow.
Oh yeah, we have to change that.
Okay. Parang pasok na pasok eh.
Typo error. Kinabahan yung Cignal for a moment. Coach Dex, kalma ka lang. Sabi nila. That is definitely inside.
Susugod na si Coach Dex eh. Pero talaga namang kitang-kita yon. Yeah, just the error there, the technical error, but Cignal gets that point. Now 15 all. And who will get us to the technical timeout? It's still going to be Savouge. They are still up by 1 point in this second technical timeout.
Wala eh, nakatalo na siya.
Short hair or long hair?
Short hair.
Serve or receive?
Receive.
Pancake o puto?
Puto.
Cakes or chocolates?
Chocolates.
Ace o kill?
Kill.
High cut or low cut shoes?
Low cut shoes.
OPM o K-pop?
OPM.
Pagalitan ni coach o hindi papansinin ni coach?
Pagalitan na lang ni coach.
That was such a fun segment.
I love it. Interesting. Mas gusto mo yung pagalitan ka kaya sa deadbahin ka,
Yeah.
no? Ikaw kaya, Neil, ano sagot mo
Pagalitan.
doon? Talaga?
Kasi that's when you know that the coach sees so much potential in you.
Yeah.
Na talagang nag-effort sila to correct
Right.
the mistakes.
There's nothing like being seen
Yeah.
by the coach. That's a great segment. And props to our production group, our creatives, giving us the best segments here, allowing us to really get to know our players better. Yan si Senyoron, K-pop or OPM. K-pop na K-pop yung yung dating ni Senyoron, yung hair niya, di ba? Pero OPM pala siya, OPM faithful. Ito na, lumamang na ang Cignal HD. They were trailing all throughout the second set after that 25-15 first set win. But now they're back, breathing down the necks of Savouge. That one is good. That looked like a Cignal cross-court hit.
Amil Bahar with a monster kill from the left pin. Josafat went for their double jump, but he was already late.
Back row attack down the line. Good pickup by Savouge there. Mandal will go up. He's at the front. Block party for Cignal, and look at Josafat. He's still, I mean, it doesn't get old, no? When you get a good monster block, it really still feels good.
Before, Lloyd Josafat was actually second stringer for the HD Spikers, but when he had that opportunity to start for Coach Dexter Clamor, siya na yung nagmando ng second middle blocker position next to JP Bogawan.
He has not disappointed. Mandal, you know, at least Savouge is trying their best to slow down the attack of Mandal. At least nahahawakan nila.
They are trying their best to get a rebound against the hits of Jao Mandal. Again, the Cignal HD Spikers will commit that service error.
Madami na rin, madami-dami na rin. And that might be their undoing in the second set if they're not careful. I mean, they have the lead right now, Cignal, but they can still really work on the service errors. Right, Taneo doing a good job at distributing. Also, Mosafat still feeling good about that monster block, will now score off the attack.
Smooth connection there from EJ Casanya and Lloyd Josafat. The quick play. That's where he wanted to bring his hit. There was nobody home on the side of the Savouge Spin Doctors. Cignal has committed 4 unforced errors on the service line, among other things. And for the Spin Doctors, only 1. Kaya mas dikit yung score natin in this set.
And we like that combination attack. We're seeing, when you see these system plays from Savouge, makikita mo, no, it has a lot of potential there. Potentially one of the teams that can make it to the top 4. We mentioned now that we only have 9 teams playing in this tournament, and only the top 4 will advance. So every game counts, really. Miguel this time doing the damage here for Cignal. Getting off the hands, and that ball lands inside.
The Spin Doctors were successful in slowing things down, but kailangan makonect mo yung block touch dun sa backward defense, and there were 2 players staring at that ball. And again, they go for that combination play, but no entry from the block of JP Bugawan, their team captain.
Good read there, and Cignal now up by 3, and Coach Tammy needing to call for time.
Pasa natin. Unahin nga natin ang pasa. Ba't ka nandun ka dumipensa sa malayong lugar? Lapit ka lang, okay? Ito, pabi mo. Sino nandoon? Ito, sumingit siya. Ikaw dito, di ba? O, siya ang porsyento dito. Pasahan nyo, magbibihan, sumingit ka, Tres. Tapos dito ka, ha? Okay, coverage nyo. Go!
Bakit kami pasahan? Hey, one team! Kaya nyo yan, kaya nyo yan.
They need to run a better play in this next rally if they want to put a stop dun sa run ng Cignal HD Spikers. They are 3 points away from getting the second set.
And nakakapanghinayang ito for the Spin Doctors because they started strong in the second set, led most of the way. And the Cignal, they're scary because they know how to close out a set. And that is exactly what they're doing now. They are clutch, all of them. They come through when they need to, and just, you gotta be brave to go up against JP Bugawan, who will block every time. This time, success coming from Spin Doctors. Medyo malayo siya sa net.
They ran it again, but this time it was Antonio who went up for that combination play.
Oh, now it's the blocking of Savouge that will score, and a quick makeup job there by the Spin Doctors. Now Cignal will call for time.
Sige lang. Kalma lang. Makinig mo na, makinig tayo.
Sabi ko nga kanina, marami kang options eh. Hindi palo ng palo. Pwede mong patamain sa kamay, diba? Pwede palabas yung palo. Pwede mo i-grapple lang mabilis. Hindi palo ng palo kasi palo ka ng palo, low contact ka, nabablock ka. Di ba? Watch na. Big Quick, Jay, open, si Jow 2. Labas, kailan sabi ko kanina, labas, sumay. Ginawa natin niya kanina. Okay, pasa lang sa gitna. Pasa muna para maka 23 kagad tayo. Let's go. Michael, let's go, Cignal.
What's up?
Coach Dexter doesn't want to give this set away, and he was giving instructions to Mark Calado to vary his attacks.
Just 1 point for Savouge. Time is second set. Serving is number 1. Sugar, Caritati.
First ball! Parang na-intercept ni JP Bugawan. Akala ko open. Pero kukunin ni JP Bugawan. And he does it so quickly. So talaga hindi umabot yung blockers ng Spin Doctors.
The spike reach was also out of reach for the blockers of the Spin Doctors.
Si JP Bugawan is 6 feet, and with his elevation, para siyang 7 feet. Good job for Savouge to just keep going, and it is the team captain, Senyoron, keeping Spin Doctors alive. The arrow was there, but couldn't get the ball up.
When you're blocking an attacker like JP Bugawan, kailangan mong magpalit ng konti, paunahin mo siyang tumalon kasi may hang time pa siya eh. So,
Tama.
sometimes malulunod ka if mauuna ka.
Oh, look at the Leo there. Staying alive, and now we're even at 23 all. I mean, it's going to be huge for the Spin Doctors to win a set. It's a set by set lang. They want to get this one against Cignal, which should really be a boost to their confidence. Let's see if they can hold out here.
This is the 5th deadlock of the second set.
Somebody else called it from the stands. A smart audience here. But that was out.
That was a crucial error on the side of the Spin Doctors.
This is set point for Cignal, the first one. Oh, that one gets through. Look at Senyoron just taking charge.
He is leading this team, not just in scoring, but also in the small timeouts, small huddles rather, that they have after these sequences.
It's out again, and that is just really, really painful for Savouge. They're going to keep going back to that. I mean, Cignal once again will get a chance to win this set, and if they succeed in this, it's going to be about the service errors that I think they might lose sleep over.
Those were back-to-back unforced errors on the service line, and to add to that, nasa harapan pa si Jao Mandal. But good thing that Lawrence Senyoron is also in the front line for the Spin Doctors as he gets another point.
I mean, these are lucky breaks for Savouge, and well, he said he prefers the set to the serve. Chance again for Cignal to take the lead here, and look at that off-speed hit, just smart playing from Jao Mandal. Just expect the unexpected from Jao.
He has grown so much. I first saw him play when he was in the juniors division of UE. Batchmates niya doon sila Ron Medalla of Ateneo, Ruvins Abrot of Cignal. Right now, he's in the bench. And from his time in UST, ibang-iba na maglaro si Jao Mandal, and he right on cue.
Yeah. And that is just very frustrating for the Spin Doctors, because they had a couple of chances there to play for the second set, but it will go to Cignal. So that's 2-0 against the Spin Doctors. The second set, a little bit harder for the HD Spikers to win, and we'll talk more about it after the break. 27-25. That's a hard-fought second set. A very frustrating one, I think, for the Savouge Spin Doctors, who really had a chance in that last frame, Neil.
They will dream about those service errors.
Oo.
Kamuntikan eh.
Oo
They
nga
almost
eh.
had it in the bag. They challenged Cignal until the very end. They were able to minimize the errors that we mentioned a while ago in set number 1. They had 10 in the first set, but now they only committed 5 in that second set. It was actually Cignal who gave out more free points to the side of the Savouge Spin Doctors. But again, when you commit more errors, as long as you make up for it in the other skill sets or in the other scoring categories, walang problema eh. And obviously, Cignal had more attacks and more blocks compared to the Savouge Spin Doctors. But Savouge had one service ace, and they also forced the HD Spikers to commit a lot of shank passes in the early parts of set number 2.
One ace, but just too many crucial service errors. It's a timing of everything. Talagang dumating doon sa end game kung saan makakaangat sana sila or makakapaglaro pa for set point. They had a couple of chances, and really it was the service errors that did them in. And you mentioned earlier, Neil, that if you're playing against a team like Cignal, hindi ka pwedeng merong isang bubuhat ng team. And that is what their team captain, Senyoron, has been doing. I mean, he has lived up to his role. He has taken the role of the leader in every way, but it's going to take more than that, like you mentioned, Neil. Service errors continue to rain on the Savouge Spin Doctors.
Not a good way to start the third set, especially you're down 2-0 against the HD Spikers, who have been the standard pagdating sa Spikers Turf competition. They have always been in the top of the standings.
And that's a good one from Renzel Antonio from back row. And as we mentioned, it has to be, we have to start calling out the other names. It cannot just be Senyoron, it cannot just be Amil Bahar, Sanama, of course, who scored 15 in that last game that they played against VNS. Has to also get more touches, I think, today. I don't think he's even on the court.
Sanama only has 3 points in this ball game. Medyo malayo pa from the 15 that he had in their previous game. Leading scorer for Savouge will be Senyoron with 8. And for Cignal, no surprise, it's Jao Mandal with 18 big points.
Wow.
Followed by the 7 of JP Bugawan.
And we have a video challenge here. Talagang gamit na gamit yung mga video challenge cards ni Coach Dex. And none yet from the side of the Spin Doctors. Again, 9 teams. Remind us again, Neil, for those who are just starting to follow the Spikers Turf, ang ating format for the tournament.
It's going to be a single round robin format for this edition of the Spikers Turf. And out of the 9 teams, only 4 will enter the semifinals. So the teams will have a minimal margin of error pagdating sa pagbibilang kung ilang wins ang kailangan nila as we progress. We have new teams in this edition of the Spikers Turf. We have the Crisscross King Crunchers. We also have
bagong luma. Kasi bagong team.
I mean, hindi na
Lumang
stranger
players.
yung mga players for Crisscross, but nagbabalik yung mga galing beach volleyball.
Oh, yeah. That'll be exciting to watch. I mean, we've seen how the PVL has also really benefited from the entrance of these mga players from beach volleyball. It really ups the excitement of the game. It's gonna happen here also in the Spikers Turf. Net touch, meron ba? Isa pa nga. Tingin mo, Neil.
It was the ball that grazed the tip of the net. So there will be no net touch. Unsuccessful challenge again for Cignal HD.
And that's an early challenge for Coach Dex. He has 1 left for this set.
And aside from Crisscross, we also have Richmark Sports Also a rookie team here in the Spikers turf.
Baptism of fire sila going up against Cignal. Early here for them. Talking about Richmark. So this is a do-or-die third set for the Spin Doctors. They gave up the first two. Really fought hard in that second set. And that's called inside. Sapat. Score there. More time in that last play. Sapat having a good day today.
He's had a couple of attacks in. He's also tallied a couple of defensive stops against the attackers of the Spin Doctors.
Mandal tried but decided against it. That's going to be a point for Spin Doctors. And again, early lead for the boys in white. And the challenge is to be able to maintain the lead and really test themselves in the end game.
Signoron is almost at the double-digit mark. He is currently at 9 points.
Signature Cignal, and now it's Josafat. Nangongolekta ng puntos dito.
Point number 4 for Lloyd Josafat. In college, he wasn't with a team na laging nananalo, but when he joined the Cignal HD Spikers, he just fit the system like a glove.
He almost lucked out there. Yung kanyang mistimed hit na naabutan pa niya, became hard for Cignal to return, but they managed just the same. And Cignal now even at 4 points. And that block, but see, Signoron has learned to hit it off the hands also of the blockers.
Officially, he's at the double-digit mark. That is point number 10 for Lawrence Signoron.
Bugawan. He does go through the block for that one.
I believe he is the reigning best middle blocker in the league. One of the best middle blockers.
And I think it's also his being the team captain for Cignal the past couple of tournaments that they've joined. It's something new that JP Bugawan is walking into, and I think he's been doing justice to the title that his teammates have bestowed on him. Dahil iba rin yung confidence na dala-dala niya ngayon going into the game. So usually parang tahimik lang to si Bugawan eh. In terms of his personality, not his game, ha? But now he's parang more, his presence is more felt. We hope this is not an injury here. We're stopping play for a moment here.
There was a collision there between Antonio and Wendell Miguel. He shakes it off.
Okay, both of them on their feet, which is a good sign. Give them a little time to just settle there. Nagkabanggaan. Are we gonna see that? Oh, there's gonna be a challenge. First one.
Well, the point was awarded to Cignal HD, and the assistant coach of Savouge Aesthetics was asking kung ano ba yung call. So it was a net touch violation on the hitter or the spiker of Savouge. The first referee was saying that Renzel Antonio clipped the net.
Yeah, I think everybody was more concerned about the collision that happened, but the Savouge Spin Doctors with their eye on things. Let's take a look at the...
Yeah, there was definitely a net violation as Antonio crossed over the center line.
Yeah, definitely there with the landing. We would have wanted also to see what happened there in the collision. I wonder if si Direk Arvin, nahuli mo yun. Diwa this time hits it squarely. A solid hit by Diwa, who is in this third set. He did not start. Again, the shuffling. Coach Sammy, let's see if this will pay off for him so far. Si Diwa was a starter in that first game that they played against VNS, but good start today. Scored 5 points against VNS.
Yes, there was a check ball. Another green card will be awarded to the Savouge Spin Doctors. Diwa said that there was a check ball.
We have a timeout.
First technical timeout, 8, Cignal 6.
So the score is 8-6. You're looking at an incorrect score on your screens, but we are at our first technical timeout with Cignal leading by 2.
And our first technical timeout. Serving for Cignal, number 10.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf
Miguel.
Open Conference. This is the match between Savouge Spin Doctors versus Cignal HD Spikers. Now, they fought hard in our second set and even in our third set now, talking about the
Slide
Savouge
from
Spin
Diwa.
Doctors. And this is all that
7,
Coach Sammy needs
serving 8.
to be satisfied. Lumalaban sila. Coach Sammy's true goal is actually just to develop players in this open conference. Second na yung manalo. It's understandable as well as
Serving for
Savouge has only been
Savouge.
exposed to Coach Sammy's system for only 3 weeks now, and it will take them around 6 months, according to Coach Sammy, to be 100%. Back to you guys.
And I think that is really the advantage of Cignal, as we thank Ayana Perlas for that report. On the other side naman, talagang established na yung sistema ng Cignal.
And that's also one of the changes this season for the Savouge Aesthetics. New coach, new system, new players on the floor. And we know that building a sustainable men's team will also take some time. Kailangan din nila mag-gel together.
Yeah. And having said all that, Neil, I mean, they almost got Cignal in that second set. So magandang pangitain yon. And of course, they're coming into this match with already a 1 W. So these things should augur well for the Savouge Spin Doctors. One-handed set. A little too late in the game there. Hindi nagawa ng paraan.
Charlie Magpayo forced the issue there. He wasn't able to get a good approach for that slide attack, but still opted to go for a stronger hit. So far, the offense of Savouge has been focused on the wings compared to Cignal na mas balance kasi marami din tayo nakikitang quick attacks from JP Bugawan and Lloyd Josafat. But it's that guy on your screen who has been, and I guess will always be the best scorer for the HD Spikers. Jao Mandal, I think he's almost at the 20-point mark. Yeah, that is sakto. 20 points for Jao Mandal.
And
we're not yet even halfway
Oo
through
nga
the
this
third
is only
set.
set 3. Oh, that one. Yeah, that was way out and mistimed there by Josafat. chance here for Savouge. And you know, we talk about Jao Umandal, who really can score from anywhere on the court. And I think maybe it was a welcome change for him, no, Neil, coming into a strong team like Cignal, where hindi na talaga siya yung nagbubuhat. In the past teams that Jao Umandal was with, parang he was the focal point of the team all the time. Dito, he's just one of the boys, really. And he just emerges as a top scorer often, but not because he needs to be.
Kumbaga, it's just natural for Jao Umandal to become the top scorer for his squad. Even if hindi niya fina-force, it happens. He's at 67% in attack efficiency.
Wow, he's kept
in this
it up
game. Yeah.
From the last game. And we have a timeout again by Coach Sammy.
Dapat dahan-dahan lang. Pag kayo nagsiservice, ang momentum kasi nasa atin, di ba? So take your time to serve. Tapos tingnan nyo kung saan ka dapat magsiservice. Hindi yung, ang momentum sa atin, tapos nagkamali tayo. Di ba? Kahit sabihin nyo sa akin yan, puntos na ng kalaban, okay? Itindihan. Okay. Patience, guys. Huwag magmamadali. Mag-isip lang tayo, mag-focus na tayo sa game. Importante makuha natin itong set na to, ha? Para may magbabago, okay? So,
RPTV now official at exclusive na channel ng Pambansan Liga ng Bayan on free-to-air. Sabay-sabay nating subaybayan ang PBA Season 48 Philippine Cup. All games live dito sa RPTV para sa Pinoy. I want to welcome all of you watching us on RPTV, of course, Pilipinas Live, One Sports, Chiquiro Puno with Neil Flores, Ayana Perlas completing our three-man panel, and that last time out, see Coach Sammy stating the obvious that they really have to make good here in this third set.
For the Spin Doctors.
Down
When you're
2 sets to none. Yeah.
going up against the #1 team of the league, of course, you just want to play your game. Kasi pag magandang nilalaro mo against the, a team like Cignal, hindi naman malayo na makakuha ka ng set or even to actually win the game. And they proved that in set number 2. It was 27-25. Kung hindi lang siguro nila na-commit yung dalawang service errors, baka iba yung situation natin ngayon. But these are the what-ifs na wala na silang magagawa. So they have to focus here in set number 3 because they are trailing by 4 points.
Yeah, but look at that reception there. I mean, to stop a Jao Umandal jump serve like that. Pero it's really the difficult serves like that. Ultimately, the ball will go right back to Cignal and they will get a chance to just register a kill. So Cignal has just been a threat, having a rather easy time in this third set. Naiwan na ang Savouge sa 10 points. And that's a good first ball coming from Senyorod, and he goes up for the hit. I think just really a lot on the shoulders of Senyorod here. He cannot do it all. Cignal in the lead here, up by 6 in our second technical timeout.
Yung quote na naalala ko before, yung pain is only temporary, sabi nila, but victory is forever. Yun yung pinaka tumatak sa akin. Since high school ako, yun yung ano ko, parang motto ko. Kasi yun yung sabi ng coach ko before. Hello po pala sa coach ko sa Bulinaw, Pangasinan, si Sir Armando Catabay.
pagka volleyball player nagsasabi ng campaign, ang tinutukoy ni Mark. Diba? Pain sa katawan, pain sa puso.
Both. Probably both.
And we'd like to hear the favorite quote of our players as we continue on to this coverage. So maririnig nyo yan as we go along in the coming days. This is only day 4 of competition here in the Spikers turf. Bagong-bago kasi simula pa lang natin. And Savouge deciding to really extend that last sequence. A rally we saw. They're few and far between. Usually nagpapatayan sila ng bola dito.
This is now a 4-point lead for the HD Spikers. Tables have turned. This was the situation they were in, talking about Cignal, and bumaliktad naman.
Good pickup by Lorenzo there. Caritativo decides to keep playing, but somebody was called the net. Cignal maintains a 5-point lead, and this is scary because we're going to the last part of this third set.
Slowly they're pulling away. Oh, that was a good check from JP Bugawan. We're expecting a sure point nang hindi mahahawakan, a clean hit from the side of the Spin Doctors.
One more time there.
Look at that block. But that's a point for the Spin Doctors.
And Senyoron just, he is unrelenting. You gotta appreciate Senyoron. Oy! Parang bakit pa lang yung bola na huli na ni JP Bugawan? I think it's the timing of JP Bugawan that's impeccable.
Zero tempo on that quick attack.
Yeah.
And when we talk about zero tempo, quick attacks, nauuna na talagang tumalon yung middle blocker. Hinahatid na lang ng setter at papaluin na lang nila at the top.
Oh!
Caritativo, getting creative, hitting that sharp cross court, getting past the defense of Bugawan.
That was a good one. Especially when it's Bugawan going up against mas unsatisfying yun eh. Si JP Bugawan yun nalagpasan. So it's tit for tat. And side out, Savouge gets the serve back. They're trailing by 4 and by 2 sets. Must-win situation for the Spin Doctors, and let's see what happens here. There is a... Yeah. Somebody was called with a tip there, and it's going to be a signal point.
More substitutions on the side of Coach Dexter Clamor. Alfred Valbuena. Full-time HD Spiker, part-time analyst.
Yes.
Sometimes anchor.
Yeah. And again, one of the, I guess, the more familiar faces, no? Somebody who really has been identified with Cignal for the longest time. And Valbuena, he's one of those players who provide stability also. He comes in and he knows that he will perform.
Caritativo is just going all out when it comes to attacking. Papalitan sila ngayon ni Senyoron pagdating sa pagkuha ng points for the Spin Doctors. Coach Dexter will talk things over.
Yung block natin. We keep on saying short block and dumudulo tayo. Hindi natin yung sistema yan mag-short block kasi may libero naman dito para sa straight.
Puro cross pare binibigay.
Pare, i-apply natin kung ano yung ini-ensayo natin na short block.
Puro cross yung binibigay.
Yes, coach. Kanina pa, may pinalo na bang down the line? Wala. Short block and then wave. Lalo na pag single block.
Nahirapan yung middle natin, dumikit sa
Tapos
inyo.
nagugulat din ako sa'yo, sobrang taas nga ng block. Diba?
Light lang. Sakto lang.
Stay, wash na kagad. Set day ka. Go.
Let's go. Hey, Cignal.
Get 7-day premium access to NBA, PBA, UAAP, PBL, and other leagues and exclusive shows when you download Pilipinas Live app. Register now for free. And that last timeout, Coach Dex getting very specific about the way Cignal should block. And maybe help us understand, Neil, the short block versus a longer block and the difference.
Yeah, yung short block, hindi ka dapat sasagad dun sa antenna kasi hindi naman masyadong tina-target yung sharp na down the line hit. So these are parang technicalities lang pagdating sa position when you're guarding the net. But that should be part of the highlight reel.
There was no block that time coming from Savouge.
Clear skies for Jao Mandal.
Oh, good first ball for the Spin Doctors. See if they can convert, and they do. And Caritativo has been contributing big here for the Spin Doctors.
The position of Jao Mandal in that last block was a short block. Tama yung position niya, but there was no support from the middle blocker. Hindi nakahabol si Lloyd Josaphat. So Caritativo just exploited the single block of the HD Spikers.
And Balbuena coming off the bench here, still a little cold. And Savouge still playing catch-up here. They need to make up these 3 points and keep going. They need to win this third set if they want to keep going. A chance. Good try there by Silang, who is now playing the setter position for Cignal, but look at Savouge just fighting hard.
Coach Dexter will go back to his regular rotation. And this is the effort na hinahanap ni Coach Samuel Hailar. There's nothing to lose, actually, because you're against one of the strong teams in the Spikers turf. And yun din naman yung goal nila to be able to develop the players in Coach Sammy's words. And siguro in the next few years, mas maging competitive because that is always the goal of the teams, to end up in the podium. Some would start in the bronze medal podium, then they compete in the finals. So there's that storyline for yung mga bagong teams natin. And as for Cignal, syempre they want to maintain their record, not just in the Spikers turf, but in all of the other leagues that they have joined, na consistent sila na sa top 2.
Yeah, they must be used to always having a target on their forehead. Cignal, di ba? Sila lagi ang tina-target ng ibang teams. Oh, chesty there. So strong coming from Cignal. And they want to arrest this run of Savouge Spin Doctors.
That is the 22nd point of Jao Mandal.
Just checking to make sure things are okay on the other side. New setter. Also, that got away from Cignal, so that was a break here for Savouge because that was actually playable. Cignal could have actually kept that ball in play.
That was also a good set coming from Imperial. He recognized that the blockers were already squaring up against the outside hitter, so he decided to go for that reverse set.
Antonio back on the court at the serve here. So these are pressure serves. They need to do better. The service line so far so good for the Spin Doctors. More accurate serves. And that was a error there. Senyoron. Soft one for Mandal. Another chance here. Easy for Cignal. Casania with a back set. That's off the hands. And that's a point for Gampong. And the good substitution. Gampong brought back to the game. The score. Oh, a challenge now.
Foot fault violation. They will be checking that center line, but it depends. Pag bumagsak na yung bola, bago pa siya tumawid sa net, that should be considered a good ball. But if the ball was still in play and the player crossed that center line, that will be considered a violation. So I guess there are two angles na kailangan tingnan in the replay to check kung ano yung naunang action.
Although I think we saw that there was a block there, so a little bit of a slowing down of the ball kasi tumama muna sa blockers. But if you're Savouge, you do want to do this. Really take a chance at the challenge because these are desperate times. Actually, for Coach Sammy, because we are looking at this third set really looking good for Cignal, and lamang na sila ng 2 sets. But you know, come to think of it, like you mentioned, Neil, no, these are the best things for Savouge. A team coming together, a good team. So, pinakamahirap eh.
Because these are the games that allow them to grow. Of course, you face the best of the best.
Oo, di ba yung pain mo na sabi ni Mark Lasina, the pain. It's you know, it actually, when you experience that, the challenges, that's really what's going to make you grow and force you to learn. Let's see. I mean, he did step, but I guess it was, yung sinasabi mo, Neil, it happened before the ball died. The ball was dead.
And we're hearing the conversation dito sa technical table na the ball was still in the air kasi napabagal nung block ng Savouge Spin Doctors. So, official score will be 21 all.
Oh, so it's a tied ball game. Oh, block. Tried, could keep the ball in play. Jao Manda again, just taking matters to his own hand. We saw this in the second set also, where there was a threat for Savouge to take the set, but Cignal just refused to give it. Let's see if they can keep up in the third set, or if Savouge will have that last try here, latter part of the third set. And will take stand. Savouge just keeps on fighting.
Dayaga will score off the hit out. So Tanay will have 3 attackers in the front line. Efficiency will be a factor, but predictability will also be something to look out for. And the HD Spikers go to the same play. Kasanya chose Lloyd Safat on that quick attack.
Yeah, it really was quick. And Cignal again up by 1, but it's very close here. Just Savouge really has to learn composure the hard way because that is what is needed at this juncture of the game. That's out. Oh, that's called inside by the lines judge. Is there going to be a challenge? No? That's a good one. Senor Ron just targeting zone 6.
Sometimes it's really a mental battle for the other teams when you go up against Cignal. Pero pag ganito kadikit yung mga score, you will really find that confidence in you na kaya naman pala namin. This will be a huge test for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, they found themselves being able to avert a couple of set points in the second set and just losing them to service errors. So let's see what gives here. We have a timeout.
Ikaw to, di ba? Ikaw, pag atras mo, B ka, ikaw naman gumanito ka. Take 2, ha? Ikaw yung ikaw porsyento dito. Pumangit ang bola, may back row tayo, ha? Ready lagi. Pero isipin nyo lagi na ang bola sa akin. Para pag binigyan kayo bigla ng bola, hindi kayo magugulat. Ulitin ko, ha? Kunin mo yung gitna. Magbidyan para makuha mo. Ito ngayon, mag-fake siya. Tirik mo lang ang bola.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go tayo. One pass.
Coach Sammy, all strategy in that last huddle meet. I'm all out, all heart, all Filipino. Catch the 2024 PVL All Filipino Conference every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on One Sports. One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. PVL, the heart of volleyball. Back here at the Spikers turf. This is an exciting third set. This could be a win for Cignal. That's gonna fall in, and it is the blocking of JP Bogawan. That will get Cignal point number 25 for the set and the match. Another straight set victory for the HD Spikers.
They get it done in straight set fashion. JP Bugawan and EJ Casanya just getting a solid touch on that caritativo hit. It was a high rebound from the block, but the sweeper was nowhere to be found in the backcourt of the Spin Doctors. So Cignal will get win number 3, and the Savouge Spin Doctors will slide to a 1-1 record here in the preliminary round.
And you know, if you're Savouge, I mean, it's good to be able to meet a strong team like Cignal early because you learn what you have to learn, and also you parang ano na yan, that's the toughest game that you're gonna play, and you get that out of the way. We're gonna talk more about this game after a quick break. Stay right there.
See you there.
Swerte ka talaga sa amin, no? Si Doreen, hindi eh.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You're still watching the Spikers Surf Open Conference 2024. That ends our second game for today's doubleheader. Cignal HD Spikers going against the Savouge Spin Doctors. And syempre, nanalo yung Cignal HD Spikers. In just 3 sets, we have here our best player of the game, Jao Umandal, with 23 attacks. Jao, congratulations. Now, of course, Jao, nakita naman natin sa game na to na medyo nagkaka-error pa rin kayo as a veteran team. So, I'm sure pinag-uusapan nyo yan during training. I guess, as a veteran squad, paano nyo ba i-minimize pa yung errors nyo in the next games to come in this conference?
Siguro, makinig kami sa coaches sa mga sinasabi nila sa amin. Kasi ngayon nagiging problema namin ngayon, yung sa blockings namin na medyo naglalausing, medyo nawawala sa sistema. So kailangan namin ngayon ma-adapt or mas pagbutihan pa namin sa sarili namin na magawa namin yung sistema na pinapagawa sa amin.
Now, Jao, alam naman natin, usually, ikaw yung player of the game. You've experienced being player of the game for quite some time now, and we just want to know, for sure, ikaw yung pinapanood ng mga teams. How do you stay unpredictable in every game?
Ako, hindi ko siya tinitink as a ganun ako na player. Siguro ako sa sarili ko, mas pinagsisipagan ko yung ginagawa ko. Siyempre, lahat tayo may goal eh. May kanya-kanya tayong aspect kung paano natin maabot yun. Siguro ako, mas pinagbubutihan ko siya, mas pinagsisikapan ko talaga.
Ikaw ba, Jao? Ano ba yung goal mo for this conference para sa sarili mo?
Siyempre, ma-aim namin yung back-to-back talaga. Ayun yung first goal namin. Step lang, per game lang, pag-aandaan kung sino yung mga kalaban namin. Baga para hindi kami ma-pressure.
Alright, thank you so much, Jao Umandal. Once again, this is Jao Umandal, our best player of the game. Back to you, Chicky and Neil.
Thanks so much, Ayana. And his efficiency still in the 60s.
62% attack efficiency for Jao Umandal, and we also add the 10 excellent receptions for Jao Umandal. It was a stellar performance, not a surprise because he always delivers the goods.
Yeah.
But he also had a lot of help from the other teammates. Of course, you also have to commend EJ Casanya. He was the one who dished out these excellent sets for Jao Umandal. JP Bugawan and Lloyd Josaphat also became a very